Welcome to the Ben Daniel Podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. The Indiana Fever go into Connecticut, and unfortunately, things don't turn out quite the way we wanted it to. Indiana Fever end up losing to the Connecticut Sun 93-69. Marina Mabrey goes off, scoring 27 points, making her mark in history, the most points off the bench in WNBA playoff history. Shout out Marina Money Mabrey, 27 points, 9 for 20. But folks, don't get too alarmed, folks. This is only the first game. It's a long series. It's only the first game, right? Don't get too alarmed. Things are going to change in the second game. Things are going to start getting better from here on out, right? We hit rock bottom. We can't get worse, can we? Can we? Can we? Folks, this game was a complete abomination to watch. From start to finish, this game was a rough watch. Caitlin Clark gets poked in the eye. She has one of the worst shooting nights I have ever seen. 4 for 17, 2 for 13 from 3, but she got poked in the eye. Okay. We'll adjust that. Kelsey Mitchell, 9 for 20. Whatever. Didn't feel like it. 21 points. Whatever. Useless. Aaliyah Boston, 17 points, 11 boards. Oh my God, she had a double-double. All right. Whatever. I mean, folks, this was not a good game by any stretch of the imagination. And to be honest with you, other than Lexi Hull, I am actually having trouble finding anything good to say about anybody on the Indiana Fever. Whether it's Christie Size or the other bums on the coaching staff, whether it's Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, there's not really too much positive things for me to say. Caitlin Clark finished the game 11 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals, 1 block. The third player in WNBA history to reach these numbers in a playoff game. Folks, let me know in the comment section below. Would you rather have her be the first to reach those numbers in a playoff game, or would you have rather had an Indiana Fever win tonight? Please, I want you guys to let me know about that, right? Aaliyah Boston, 17 points, 11 rebounds, 2 blocks, joins Liz Cambage and Lisa Leslie as the only players to reach these numbers in their debut. Let me know in the comment section below. Would you rather have Aaliyah Boston score 17 and 11, or would you rather have the Indiana Fever walk out of there with a W tonight? I don't know about you guys. I would take the latter every single time. Breaking records is all cool and all fine and dandy and being the first to this and being the first to that. But when it comes to playoff basketball, things need to get buttoned up. The teams need to cross their T's and dot their I's. And the only T that they're crossing is nothing. The only T they have is Christie. Christie is the only thing that they have. I don't know what we just got done watching. And if you want me to make excuses that Caitlin Clark got poked in the eye, thus forth, she shot 4 for 17. Not today. not today. I told you, when it comes playoff time, it's playoff time. This isn't regular season basketball. Now, you guys might understand why, even though the Indiana Fever were winning, when Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell were backpacking, maybe now it's a little bit more obvious why I was coming after Chrissy Sides, why I was coming after some of these defensive rotations, why I was coming after some of these substitution packages. The regular season is short enough. The habits that you build in the regular season will carry over into playoff time. And today we saw tons of bad habits in the regular season carry over into playoff time. However, Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark weren't able to carry this team today. Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell weren't able to overcome everything going against this team today. And do I think everything went against this team? No, I don't. The officials, I think, calls went one way bad and the other way bad. right? Lexi Hole, when Lexi Hole hit the floor, it was a foul on the other person. We're all going to get upset that Dejanay Carrington poked Caitlin Clark in the eye. It wasn't on purpose. It clearly was inadvertent. Should that have been a foul call? Yes, it should have been a foul call. Is that why Caitlin Clark was 4 for 17? No, that's not why she missed her shots. I don't know how else to put this to you folks. She missed her shots. It's not like they were draped all over her defensively. She missed her shots. 2 for 13. Let's say it was her eye. Let's say she was having problems finishing around. Drive to the basket. Pull up for a midi. Right? We can address things in the heat of battle and adjust. Yes or no? Yes or no? If you're in a UFC fight, perfect. For those of you who don't know, Francis Ngannou, surreal gone. Francis Ngannou's whole entire knee was torn up. He wasn't able to put his back pressure onto his leg so he can swing at Surreal Gone during the stand-up game. So what did he do? He wrestled with him. When you are physically compromised, you find different things to attack your opponent with. And if we're going to use that Caitlin Clark was physically compromised, and that's why she shot 2 for 13, 4 for 17, then I thought we all held her to this high regard that she should be able to adjust her game. That she should be able to switch it up. Now, some people brought it to my attention. I didn't see this as much, but once it was brought to my attention, I started paying attention to it a little bit more. We thought that Kelsey Mitchell was playing a little bit too much hero ball today. Kelsey Mitchell was doing a little bit too much ISO ball today. But what do we also say about Kelsey Mitchell? When she's playing and she realizes the rest of the team doesn't have it, she takes it upon herself to say, okay, nobody else has it. Let me step up and try to right the ship. Let me step up and try to get this team back on track. So, of course, she's going to do a little bit ISO ball. It's the Kyrie Irving in her game. Take it or leave it. Love it or hate it. I've grown to accept it. So when Caitlin Clark isn't starting out having her best game, shooting 1 for 9, folks, who else do we want taking shots? Who else do we want trying to put the ball in the hoop? Aaliyah Boston started off 6 quick points in the first quarter, but then what happened? She gets a terrible foul called against her, challenge it, doesn't get turned over, and now Aaliyah Boston sitting on the bench. We bring in Dantas, we bring in Temi, we sit down Smith. First quarter didn't turn out too bad. First quarter didn't turn out too bad at all. We were only down 3 at the first quarter. We were only down 8 at halftime. Yet the second half rolls around and Christie Sides sits and watches the whole entire team start getting beat up. And instead of calling a timeout, she lets it go. Instead of calling a timeout, she lets it continue. But Ben, she called a quick timeout on a 6-5 run. That's my point. Why are we calling a timeout on a 6-5 run? Meanwhile, the Connecticut Sun are busy going on a severe 9-0 run in the second quarter, closing out the first half on a 12-2 run, and we get no timeouts. So Christie Sides, what are we doing? Again, back to Christie Sides. We're going to get into this now, shall we? We're going to get into this. We already talked about Caitlin Clark, right? Kelsey Mitchell, radio talked about. Christie Sides. Why am I seeing Katie Lou Samuelson in the second quarter? What's going on here? Again, folks, this is why during the regular season, when we see certain rotations, we don't just sit by and say, oh, well, they won the game. No, we need to address the issue at hand. Because Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell aren't always going to be able to carry this Fever team. So when we see terrible rotations, when we see questionable coaching decisions, we need to address them. Win, lose, or draw. Eagles win, Eagles lose. It's this. Sirianni, what are you doing? Eagles come back and win. Sirianni, what are you doing? Jalen Hurts, can you rate a defense? Can you sling it? We need to be honest with this team. And when Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell are carrying, it's a lot easier for us to get lost. It's a lot easier for us to ignore the boo-boos, to ignore the actual gaps and holes in this team. The fact that I saw Katie Lou Samuelson in the second quarter, I have no idea why. I'm saying to myself, well, we're getting rid of Lexi Hull. Okay, she has 3 fouls. But Lexi Hull gives us speed, lateral agility, defensive ability, and some shot making. Katie Lou gives us 0 speed, 0 agility, no vertical movement, no horizontal movement, doesn't know how to defensive slide, doesn't know how to contest a shot, and hasn't hit multiple threes in a game that counted since the first half of the season. Multiple threes that counted since the first half of the season. I don't care. Oh my gosh, he made a couple threes against the Dallas Wings. Oh my goodness. I don't care. This game was physical, but it was physical on both ends. Hayes got knocked up. Carrington got knocked up. Carrington ran into a screen about Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell trucked her. Set a fullback screen that sent Carrington to the floor. We were matching physicality with physicality, but you know what we can't do when it comes to physicality? Can't grab a damn rebound. Can't grab a damn rebound, and that comes down to Nalissa. Nalissa only played 10 minutes. Can't even blame Nalissa too much for this game. We can sit here and make the jokes that she's a double agent. I don't even think Nalissa Smith blew this game today. Temi Fagbenle. Temi, I'm not sure what's happened to you, Temi. It's like you've turned into not a reliable option on the offensive end. You turn into not a consistent rebounder. So since you got injured, I'm not sure what the deal is, to be fair. You still need to be in the starting lineup. You're still an excellent defender. You're still a quarterback on the defense, but you're not making that happen. Aaliyah Boston, 17 points, 11 boards. If Aaliyah Boston had actually hands that can grab rebounds, she'd probably have 14, 15 boards. She'd probably have 21, 22 points. But again, we're soft out here on the boards. Physically, I think they played pretty well. They're slow on defense, but they've been slow all year. But again, when Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark are carrying, it's easy for us to ignore the obvious gaping holes in the Indiana Fever's defense. Speaking of holes, Lexi Hull might be the only one that I left today saying, man, she really wanted it. She really wanted it. Lexi Hull goes hard every single day. Every single game, Lexi Hull goes hard. 5 points, 6 rebounds, 4 steals. But Lexi Hull's 6 rebounds, she had 3 offensive boards. She is coming literally out of nowhere. She's like, oh, you can't grab a rebound, Aaliyah? Oh, you can't grab a rebound, Dantas? Oh, Temi, you still can't grab a board? Oh, Nalissa, you can't get a board? Fine, I guess I'll take it upon myself to chase down and hunt these rebounds. Rebounds is an effort thing at the end of the day. You might want to win, but are you going to take the actions required to actually get the W you so desire? Lexi Hull takes those actions. I want to see her shoot more threes. She was 0 for 2 from the three-point line today. She only shot 2 threes. I think Lexi Hull needs to get up at least 4 or 5 threes a game. Lexi, stop second-guessing yourself. I have confidence in your three-point shooting ability. You're not Katie Lou Samuelson who fell off a cliff. I have faith in your three-point shooting ability. Please, keep it up, Lexi. Good job today. Dantas. Dantas as well. I think Dantas played well today. What'd she have? 12 points in 24 minutes? Minus 18, but can I even hold that against her? No, I can't. Seems like not many people were too into this game today. Dantas came out, hit a couple quick threes in the first quarter. I was like, okay, perfect. Boston's on the bench. Smith's on the bench. We got Dantas. We got Temi in here. Let's keep the show on the road. But when the lead starts slipping away in the second quarter, why do you think that is? Good. I'll answer that question for you. Christie sides noticed that Lexi Hull had 3 fouls, and instead of putting in somebody competent in her place, we put in Katie Lou. Katie Lou, no hard feelings. This isn't a series for you. This isn't a series you need to be playing in. I don't understand how we go, 4 or 5 games after the Olympic break, no Katie Lou Samuelson, team looks pretty decent, and then suddenly Katie Lou's back in the rotation. That is a, you guessed it, a Christie sides issue. Game wasn't all on Christie's sides. I think, like I said at the beginning, nobody played good except for Lexi Hull and Dantas gets a pass. Nobody played good. I don't want to hear excuses. I don't want to hear it's the first playoff game. We can still have hope that it's going to get better. Yes, I still think that this team can pull it off and win this series. But based on what I saw today, Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell need to carry this team. But we knew that. And some people decided to ignore it and just speak praises to the coaching staff. Even give them a coach of the month. Not me. I kept it consistent. Win or lose. Close game or not a close game. Christie Sides is an abomination. The rotations is an abomination. Melissa Smith played... She didn't play enough for me to really even criticize her game today. I mean, I can talk about the first quarter where she missed a wide open layup because she decides to always do a dribble move when she gets a nice lead and pass. I can talk about that. I can talk about her turnover. But again, she played 9 minutes today. We need to assess blame where blame needs to be assessed. And it can't always be Christie Sides' fault. It needs to be a collective. Here is me assigning blame to the collective group. Here you guys go. Not just all you, Christie. No. Not just all you, Caitlin. No. Caitlin, Kelsey, Aaliyah, Temi. All you got. What was that? What did I see? What was I watching? First quarter seemed actually fast-paced. We only scored 20 points. That's because we can't make a damn three-pointer. It's because we can't make a three-pointer. Team shot 21% from three. That's embarrassing. That's disastrous. That's not going to end well ever. Team shot 40% from the field. That's disastrous. That's embarrassing. That's not going to end well ever. I mean, I understand that we like to be fans. I understand that we like to root for our team, but we need to be honest with everybody. We need to be honest with everybody. Got to play better. I don't know how else to put it. Everybody needs to play better. Everybody needs to play better. Need to play better, need to coach better. We knew going into this Christie Sides would be a detriment. But Christie Sides put Smith on the bench like we all wanted. So Christie Sides let them go on multiple runs. 13-3 run in the fourth quarter to really blow the game open. No timeout from Christie Sides. 9-0 run in the second quarter to push out a lead. No timeout from Christie Sides. 12-2 run ending the half. No timeout from Christie Sides. We're in the third quarter. And from 3 minutes and 10 seconds left in the second quarter, the Connecticut Sun go on a 38-9 run in the second quarter. And in that span, we get one timeout from Christie Sides. Christie, what are we doing? Get your head out of the clouds. This is a team that can win this series. But when we just let teams do what they want, on the offensive end, it doesn't matter how many points we score if we can't stop them on the other side. The whole first half seemed like we were trading back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Until we got the typical Christie Side special, 18 points in a quarter, 19 points in a quarter, 12 points in a quarter. How is that possible? When we have Clark, Mitchell, Hull, and Boston on the team. How Dance is on. That shouldn't happen ever. Marina Money Mabry. 9 for 20, 5 for 12 from 3. She cooked up in the second half especially. She saw blood. She asked out of Chicago. She said, I'm done tanking. I'm done padding stats. I want to win. And she showed up. 27 points off the bench. We can't look at the box score. We can't look at 21 points from Kelsey Mitchell. Oh, she played well. No, she didn't. We can't look at 11 and 8 from Clark. Oh, she played well. Not really. Just because I am being honest in what I saw today doesn't mean I am not a Fever fan. No, I am a Fever fan. I follow this team from the preseason to now. I've watched every single game, every single minute. I've come back here every single game, every single time, and given my feedback. And I've been consistent every single time with how I address Christie Sides, how I address the rotation, and how I address a few other things. I said last video at the end of the Dallas Wings game, once it comes playoff time, folks, the rose petal goggles are off. The rose petal glasses are off. This is playoff fan Ben. We are in the playoffs. We don't tear down the team, but I gotta call a spade here. Hopefully they can bounce back on Wednesday because they need to. We're in the venue halfway through the fourth quarter where everybody's leaving the venue. Everybody's saying, yeah, this is over with. I'm done here. Literally a 18, 20-point game with 5 minutes left. Christie side still has her starters in. Christie, why? Give me 3 good reasons why. Not good enough. Next. Not good enough. Next. No good reasons. How am I not surprised? Was Caitlin Clark iced out this game? You guys let me know in the comment section below. I don't feel like she was iced, baby. Shout out to Vanilla Ice. I don't think she was iced out like that. I thought she got wasn't that aggressive in the first quarter. I get it. She got poked in the eye. Okay. All right. So next game, if she doesn't play well, she got poked in the eye. That's why she's not playing well. And next game, if she plays better and makes her shots. Oh, you see what she's doing with her black eye? You understand how we need to be a buck here? She didn't play well. Hopefully next game she could play better. She holds herself to a high standard. We all need to hold her to that same standard. Doesn't mean we dump on her. I haven't dumped on her at all. I've said what it is. She needs to play better. She needs to make her shots. Christie needs to coach better. She needs to make right decisions. Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell combining 4 for 23 from the three-point line. We're never going to win. It's that simple. We can't do paint touches, together. A, B. No. That first quarter, we were up and down. I liked the pace. I liked the feel. But once that second, third, and fourth quarter rolled around, we got a typical Christie sides special. It's the Ben Daniel Podcast. We're calling a spade a spade. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I appreciate all the support. We are in the venue on Wednesday. Take it easy, guys. Let me know what you think of the game. Let me know how you feel.